Welcome back to 247 Motorsports. Well, what can I say, guys? We really tried. We tried to start the 2023 season off a tad early this year. Florida, Ohio, Kentucky, all fun and games until we headed north to Lapeer, Michigan for the April Fool's No Prep race. And if you didn't catch our last video, just know the day sucked. Thankfully, neither of us were hurt physically, but emotionally, mentally, and financially, things were not good. Assess the damage.
This is the first time I can do this without Dad getting mad at me.
It's not that bad. See, if Landon stands right there, you can't even tell anything happened. So all of this has been hard. But one of the hardest parts is actually trying to stay positive through it all. Thankfully, we have amazing people behind the 247 Motorsports team. Got stuck on the ramps. There aren't enough thank yous in the world for Jordan for not only his hard work, but our friendship. At this point, it's Sunday night, and we have to get Landon to school in less than 12 hours. So back to Illinois we go. As Jordan starts to tear apart the wreckage, the next week and a half at home looks something like this. Locating, purchasing, and shipping everything we need back to Michigan. Deliveries. More car parts. Hold on.
3 weekends of no racing, I'm losing my mind. I'm in the garage working on lawnmower tires. And my part in all this has been more hands-off than I am used to or would like it to be, but the cars are 4 hours away.
Parts
And,
chasing, a lot of ordering.
I spent a lot of time on the phone making sure that he's got parts when he needs them and everything else. I went and stepped out there once and I got the vibe that he didn't like my skills or my impatience and how I would tend to rig things together to get back out there. So he pretty much told me to stay at home. But we're gonna go bug him tomorrow and check up on it and get some maintenance done on it real quick. All you can do is ask for the good people that stand behind you. You know, I thought I was bringing 2 wrecked cars back home, and you know, Jordan was with us when it happened, and he just said, you need to take a minute, just fucking drop them off. So, you know, he's got a hell of a workload over there with other customer cars. From what I've seen at chassis shops, it doesn't get much better than his scheduling and everything like that. So after hours, late at night, Sundays, you know, time that he could be spending with his family. So we definitely couldn't have found a better person to be on our side with all that as far as the cars go, you know, because I could have brought them here and stripped them all down and fixed a few of the things, but at the end of the day, I'm no fancy welder and I wouldn't do the work that needed to be done on the car, so.
The little things, right? So my catch can in front of my front tires was becoming a serious problem. So look at this fancy contraption. So Jordan has made tons of progress, and as always, he does amazing work.
On Ash's car, everything from the strut tower forward was bent, so she needed bumper, fenders, hood, redo the cold side. The intercooler didn't get hurt, but it moved, so remount that. The radiator got messed up, so I need a new radiator. The fans were savable. Jordan noticed that the wiring harness, one of the main wiring harness that goes from the headlights and the fans and everything into the car up under the dash, which is, you know, just a complete nightmare. And thank God he's a patient individual and he didn't feel like having wiring nightmares to chase, so he ordered the harness new from Ford and went and redid all that. But we ordered a tubular front end, but it was a pile of shit. So he ended up remaking that. Hyundai had reached out to me and he had a front clip, a wing, a Lexan front window. So he, you know, took really good care of us, got us that stuff, very reasonable, donated a few things, donated fenders for Ashley's car, and
thank you.
That was that. So Joe from Bipolar, even though I think he might be a little bit, he donated, he found like a nice white GT bumper OEM for Ash's car. He donated that to Ash.
Thank you, Joe.
Which was huge of him. We found some headlights for Ashley's car in Memphis.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yep, Thomas found those. And then we had a gentleman up in Michigan named Ben. He reached out and wanted to paint the car. And that was right close to Jordan's house in Capizzi. Capizzi's actually the one that messaged us. So that was huge, huge help. So her car pretty much was just cosmetic from the strut towers forward.
Big thank you to Bipolar Joe, Hyundai, and obviously Jordan. Without you guys, like these last couple weeks would have been.
Jordan's an animal. I mean, without him, we'd be screwed.
This is exciting.
And then after that,
my car has to go to paint, and then we're back.
you know,
After we assess the damage on your car.
yeah. So pretty much once the whole car was apart, where do I start? The cold side of the turbo kit was trashed. The downpipes got trashed because of the fenders getting up. Clip was gone, so both fenders, the brand new fiberglass bumper I just put on from Skinny Kids, a new front clip. It's not really the front clip I wanted. Headlights, the rear quarter had some damage to it. Rear bumper, tail lights, wing, K-member, A-arm, front wheels, front tires.
The turbo's in.
We had brand new turbos here for spares. So those went on it. The center sections went back to comp. The hood, the windshield. He didn't like how the downpipes were made on the car, which I didn't either. They were 4-inch, and then we had to reduce them down to 3.5-inch because of where on like the corners behind the fender, under the cowl panel, like they stick out on the Mustang. So Jordan actually kind of cut a hole in that and like kind of recessed it and sheet metaled it in so that we were able to run 4-inch downpipes. A shock sensor got messed up, and thank you to Brandon Dollar. He sent me one of those.
Go Dollar Motorsports.
Front tires, you know, garage built. Can I have their hat on?
Yeah, garage built.
Garage built, Joseph Thomas, you know, he's always the man. Anything you need, quick and fast.
Yeah, they're awesome. They have awesome gear too.
Has been drop shipping things left and right to Jordan's house for us. So when it was spinning and when it made contact with the wall or whatever, I'm guessing whenever the K-member bent, the car shut off before I shut it off. My crank sensor's mounted to my motor plate. The tab on the passenger side just barely bent, but you know, I run that gap so small, it was just enough to barely whack the crank trigger wheel with the Hall effect sensor. I called my buddy Logan over at Holly. He got me one of those coming. There's my rear bumper. We went over by Sticker Dude. He had me sand that primered mess down.
see.
And Greg rewrapped the rear bumper for me. Went over there and helped him, well, morally supported him while he wrapped it and killed it as always. It looks like paint again. And we'll have to wrap the rear quarter still. I already went out to Jordan's and rewrapped the wing. While it's getting done, there's things that we're changing in the meantime that should have been done before or we didn't like and we're changing. So we're trying to kind of upgrade it while trying to get it back together at the same time.
Yeah.
So
we want to make our season, but we want to do things the right way.
Yeah, 3 weeks and a day since the wreck.
It's been rough, but we love this, and this is where we're going to put all of our time and our money and our energy just to get back out and race again.
Might be next Saturday, but it'll be soon.
But it's going to be soon.
It'll be soon.
At just under 4 weeks, this has been stressful for everyone, but I cannot wait to share the end result with you guys.
I'm gonna go to Jordan's tomorrow. We're gonna check the oil filter, make sure that, the oil filter looks good. I'm gonna do an oil change, run the valves, change the plugs real quick, and then prime it and make sure it fires and everything's good. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
This is exciting.
And then after that, my car probably could go out looking ugly racing this weekend, maybe, possibly. But it's going to be all right.
We just want to get back to racing.
It's going to be a little different, though, because it's got, I won't even ruin it. It's just got a new...
Not to leave you all on a cliffhanger, but I'm saving the good stuff. Will the 247 Motorsports team make an appearance after 4 weeks gone? Will the cars look different? Where will we go? What is going to happen next? I told you all, we have a busy season with goals to crush, and this was not going to stop us.
At the end of the day, the reason you'll see our cars back out as fast as you can is because J&E. So, and thanks to his whole family,
Yeah.
his wife and everything else, because they're, ultimately sacrificing family time and everything else. Because once I seen the passion he had in my car when it was there the first time, I don't give a shit. He can do whatever he wants. I trust him. More than grateful. He definitely has a lifetime commitment out of me for anything racing needs, that's for sure. And couldn't have found a better person to be on our side.
It's time to fill the 247 garage back up with cars. Tomorrow, we head back to J&E. From there, you'll have to stay tuned. Like I always say, thank you for watching 247 Motorsports. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.